Welcome to the Never Yield podcast. Today is Tuesday, November the 4th. On today's show, we'll talk Hog Hoops as the Hogs start their season 1-0 against the Southern Jaguars, I think is who it was,
Yep.
tonight. Hog football loses, breaking news, to Mississippi State to give the Bulldogs their first SEC win in 2 years. We'll talk coaching
hmm
search and more from around the sports world. Andrew, how was your weekend, brother?
Well, I decided to go indoor yet again. A Razorback
True
football loss.
fan.
So,
True
you
fan.
know, just I mean if you pay for it, you couldn't I had a ticket that went unused this weekend. I couldn't sell it, couldn't give it away. So we had
Mm, I
3 of
turned
4
down
seats.
I turned down 3 opportunities for tickets this weekend.
Mhm. Yeah.
Not in protest or anything. I just
Yeah. There's
uh,
literally
not
better things to do.
yeah. Yeah.
um yeah, I came home and apologized to my family for not being with them because it would have been time much more well spent. But
Yeah.
no, yeah, we're just inventing ways to lose at this point, and I don't
It's really
fully understand
unbelievable.
how. But yeah,
Are we the
set us.
best 2-7 team in the are we 2-7? Something like that. 2-7. Are we the best 2-7 team in the history of college football?
I there's surely there's better ones. Surely there's better
I
ones.
want to know. I want to know how many 7 loss. What I don't know what our losing margin is. Obviously, Notre Dame
hmm
inflated it, but
hmm
I want to know of every 7 loss team in the history of college football. I guarantee you, we're in the 1 percentile of like points, like only losing by not very many points in those total points.
I heard a stat today that if you take away the Notre Dame game, which obviously you played that game, so in real life you can't, but just for the sake of this argument, if you take that game away, our other 6 losses combined is 26 points.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's my point. Like,
6 games,
yeah,
26 points.
yeah, yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, so what how are the vibes in the state? Crowd looked a little better than I even thought it'd be. I mean, it seemed like they were a
Yeah,
little bit hyped up. They were getting on the
yeah,
refs. I heard when they was time to get on the refs, and we'll get to that a little bit later in the show, but, I thought they were decent for a 2-6 team.
yeah, I mean, I think there's just people really wanting to see a win, and this was your maybe your last chance to do it. There some I my mind is blown, at how there are still people defending Bob Petrino and wanting Bob Petrino to still be the coach. I'm like, y'all literally are not paying attention to what's going on. And my biggest question is like everybody, I mean, it was almost unanimous, wanted Sam gone for winning these one score game or for losing these one score games. But everybody's okay with Bobby doing the exact same thing. So I don't
Yeah.
understand the difference. Like
Well,
clearly you just
I
want to reminisce and like your only
yeah,
verification is from what he did before, and he hasn't done anything
yeah.
since, really.
I'll play devil's advocate for a minute.
Okay.
Um, I think I think it and whether it's fair or not, it's probably not fair to Sam.
Mhm.
But seeing Bobby, like his personality and him chewing ass on the sideline and him getting in the refs and him showing emotion and like sticking up for the team, like people feed off of that. Not saying Sam
Mhm.
didn't care. Sam obviously cared with everything he had, but the
Mhm.
way there's different styles of coaching and energy levels and all that. And like there's legitimately some people which is crazy to me, and you may be one of them. Like blaming the loss because Bobby got the one of our 18 penalties on his on sticking up for his team, and that was such a to me, in my opinion, that was such a well timed. Something had to be done at the pace that we'll get to the refs in that in a minute, but the rate that it's just like in basketball. There's well timed technicals. You have to
Mhm.
stick up for your team when you feel like you're getting screwed. Not
Yeah.
off one or two bad calls. but you have to, whether that 15 yards, that technical 2 free throws in a basketball game, like, you're trying to really just show the team, your players, your crowd that, hey, I'm gonna fight for what I think is right here. I'm gonna
Mhm.
sacrifice the one penalty or the technical foul and stand up for my team when, not because of one or two bad calls, when there literally looked like there was a vendetta. Something, it was crazy to me. Um,
Yeah.
but like, I feel like, to your point, like, yeah, Bobby's still losing the one score games, but when Taylor messes up, the camera goes to Bobby ripping his butt, whereas it never
Mhm.
did that before with Sam. Or
Yeah.
whenever we feel like we get a bad call, the camera goes to Bobby fighting for his team, where you didn't get that vibe with Sam. So I feel
Mhm.
like, yeah, he's still losing all the one score games. Yeah, he is. But it's just almost like the cover of the book is different, you know? You don't
Well,
care.
yeah, I mean, you can spin it however you want. We like and that's yeah, I mean, that's fine. I'm sure, stick up for the team, great. And dude, everybody's so upset about the refs and the officiating, and I'm like, "Okay, we're gonna win 2 games this year." Like, I don't it's I don't know, it's there's
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
watching the
The
games,
big
it's like a
picture the big picture, it doesn't matter. But
yeah.
maybe this is just the coach in me. Like, I've been in situations where you feel like things just aren't going right, and you're
Mhm.
pouring your heart and soul into it, and your kids, all those kids are working their butts off, and you just want to see them get rewarded for it one
Well,
time.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
in the big picture,
So
you're right. That one win doesn't matter. But like for the kids, you're like, man, you just hate it because you feel like they deserve one of these 3-point losses, you know?
no, 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 yeah, no, and I'll let me say this, I'll say for the team perspective and from a fan perspective, it's totally different. Like, they wanna win 10 times more than the fans even do. But I'm just saying from a fan's perspective, everybody's all up in a wad about the officiating and so and let's say you take just on the officiating, let's say you take 5 in the stadium, you know, it felt like it was going a certain way, but I mean,
It was pretty bad. It was pretty
more
bad.
than more than 10 of those penalties though were legit. I mean,
Oh,
there's
yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sure, yeah.
so I mean, it's still
So, I'm about to get on
undisciplined.
one here. Yeah, I'm about to get on one here. So, it's not alright. I've have a hard time coming very because I preach it to my players for 14 years.
Mhm.
Refs officials don't decide games.
Right.
Like there's always a chance. We still had the ball with a chance to win. We still roughed or ran into the kicker when he missed the field
3 and
goal.
out.
Like, yeah, so, we still had a chance. But I'm telling you, there was something going on there. Taylor got as Bobby said, souffled, suplex. I
Mhm.
don't know what he
Yeah, I
said.
never I
Taylor
think he said
got hit
souffle, I never heard that.
10
Yeah.
times harder and worse than the body weight sack on the Mississippi State quarterback.
Mhm.
And then it was like when Bobby got the unsportsmanlike for that, or the sideline whatever warning, that ref got his feelings hurt, which happens sometimes. And they go in their little huddle during a TV timeout and they said, all right, every 50-50 call against Arkansas. Every non 50, we're just going to call whatever we can against Arkansas. Our late, when Ray the Shark got hit late out of bounds, that was 10 feet more than our little late hit they called on us on the Mississippi State guy. Like, and I'm not saying we didn't hit the guy late, but theirs was more blatant and there
Mhm.
wasn't even a flag. Just do it. And it's not that we didn't have 18 penalties. We probably had 13 penalties, like fair. I feel like there was
Mhm.
4 or 5 that were complete BS. And it's not about our 18 penalties. It's about Mississippi State's 4 penalties.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
as a basketball coach, whenever the foul count's 8-0 and it's time to start riding the referee's tail,
Mhm.
I was never saying, hey, I knew we fouled 8 times, but you're not telling me they didn't foul. They fouled 0.
Right, yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not about, I'm not saying we didn't foul 8 times, but it's just a disparity deal. And I don't know. I just feel like when you're an SEC, and that was the crew that got reprimanded after the was it the Auburn Georgia game? That's the crew that got suspended, I think.
Mhm.
And they had to sit out a game, so they obviously have issues. But I just feel like if you can't take a butt chewing from a coach without getting your feelings hurt, and then just deciding, all right, we're going to go from 10 penalties to 4 to now it's going to be 18 to 4 in a matter of a quarter and a half or whatever. I mean,
Mhm.
it's just it felt like there was some other stuff going on. It really did to me. And I'm not sticking up for Bobby. I'm sticking up for the Razorbacks.
Yeah. Yeah.
I felt like there was something going on there.
Yeah. I'll say this. So I've
And we're
had
2-8, so I'm not going to grap about it anymore. If we were like relevant, I would be on a tangent. I would be on the
oh,
SEC's Twitter site.
right.
I
Yeah.
would be everywhere.
Yeah, the feeling would be a lot different if we're
Yeah.
playing for something, but we're I mean, yeah, we're not playing for anything from a fan perspective. But
I mean,
I'll say
how do you
this.
call the late hit on Quincy Rhodes whenever you never blew the whistle or the
Right.
whatever? I
Yeah,
knew he
that
threw
one
the guy
was
down, but if you want to call the play dead, blow the whistle and he'll stop. I
well, the guy's
mean,
still turning his legs on that
yeah,
particular one.
yeah,
That one was
it's
egregious.
crazy.
There was a PI that was well out of the end zone. The guy wouldn't have caught
Yeah,
if he had Vince
and
Carter's
I know
hops.
the body weight thing is like a thing now. Like you can't tackle the quarterback with your body weight. I know that's a rule or whatever.
Mhm.
There was nothing egregious about that. That was a soft sack. I see quarterbacks
Mhm.
get hit harder than that
Oh,
every
yeah.
Saturday 100 times.
Mhm.
And so, and then the targeting call, like, there's got to be something done where, like, when the offensive player initiates at the last second with the
Mhm.
helmet, like, there's got to be, there's part of it's in the rules and part of it is an inept officiating crew. I'll shut up for
Mhm.
5 minutes and let you talk.
Yeah, no. Uh, no, yeah. No doubt there was some egregious ones. You know, whether or not when Bobby got the sideline warning, whether or not that, you know, pissed off the officiating crew to where they were gonna call one way, or whether or not that set off the team to be like, all right, well, if the head coach is getting penalized, then it's fair game for all of us. I don't know. You could look at it a couple of different ways. Even if you had 13 penalties, you're not going to win many SEC games with that many penalties. But no, I do understand the difference of number of calls on them and yardage for them and us. But I will say for the first time, I think I've had these tickets for this is either the fourth or the fifth year I've had them. But we're right next to the tunnel where the refs come in and out, and so our section gives it to them. I mean, every week. And I mean, I've heard some pretty wild stuff come out of our section at these rests, and they don't like shy away. They'll look up at the stands and they'll make eye contact with you at who's yelling the stuff, and then obviously they have a police, escort running with them in and out. But this was the first time since I've had these tickets in 4 or 5 years, whatever it is, that they came and lined our section. The cops always run with the refs down on the field, but they came in our section to make sure that multiple police in our section lining the rails, making sure that nobody
Wow.
was going to throw anything. And one of the guys that sits like right in front of us, he was like, uh, "Don't worry, we're only going to throw words." And he's like, "You can throw as many words as you want." He's like, "I'm in agreement
Looks
with
like
you.
we lost
Just
Andrew
don't throw
mid
anything
story.
physical at them." And
Hmm.
did I get
Well, until we
disconnected?
get Andrew back, you got to remember he's in
I may have got
temporary
disconnected.
living until he can get into his new house. So we'll just have to bear with him until he gets that situated. But like I said, I'm not one to just go out of my way and stick up for a 2-7 football team, but I can confidently tell you that it feels like if something was off there. The way that game was called late, the way the officials just turned the whole tide of the game. And I'm not saying there was not some penalties, but it's embarrassing that at this level of football, and I'm not just talking about the Arkansas Mississippi State game. That Auburn Georgia game, I watched that whole game. That game was embarrassing from the officials' standpoint of view. Embarrassing. the Oklahoma Auburn game was embarrassing from the officials' point of view. If you're looking at the way these games are officiated, so it's just got to be better at that level. I mean, I'll never get on Arkansas high school officials. I know hundreds of Arkansas high school officials, and they do it on their time for not great pay, and so the kids can play sports. And but we're talking about SEC officials here who make, good Lord, who knows what, 4, 5, $6,000 a game, probably, maybe more than that. I don't have any idea what they make. It's just got to be better at that level with that much money involved. When you got the sports gambling aspect, people betting on games. I mean, you just got to have competent officials, and it's like anything. You think you would have the best officials available, but that's not how it works. It's politics. It's who knows who. It's all that stuff. So, um, we'll see. We'll see what how it comes from it. Today's Monday. We didn't hear anything from the SEC office about it. I'm sure that I'm sure that Bobby and send in the video or whatever they do, sending in film or videos or for clips to get looked at. I'm sure all that was done. And unfortunately, there was no Bobby press conference this week, so we won't know. Since it's the bye week, we won't know what came out of it until next Monday, I guess, when Bobby has his press conference. But I'm sure that'll be a question to be asked whenever Bobby gets to meet with the media again. If he sent some clips in and what their response was from the SEC office, and maybe I think he still does an SEC teleconference on Wednesdays even in the bye week. So we may even hear something on Wednesday if they heard anything back. Welcome back,
Are we doing
Andrew.
hot seats? Because Cox Internet, you're on the freaking hot seat. I don't know what the deal is. This is 2 out of the last 3 podcasts I've had issues. Um,
Hey,
but I'm still in the
it's all
dungeon. This
good,
should be my
brother. It's
last one
all
in the
good. But
dungeon,
anyway,
so
so that yeah. So yeah, the law enforcement lined your
yeah.
section and wouldn't even let y'all get on the rail, I guess,
We
or
could be on the rail, and so one of the guys right in front of me that's had tickets just as long as we have, he turned around to the police officer and he's like, "We're only gonna throw words, I promise." He's like, "Throw as many words as you want." He's like, "I agree with you." He's like, "Just don't throw anything physical down there." And this is the first time I've ever seen this too. So there was somebody like 3 rows in front of us that was about to throw like a water bottle or something down at the refs, and he went and grabbed his arm and he was like, "Don't do it, dude. I don't want to have to take you in." And so he stopped the guy from doing it,
mm,
and he didn't do it, and so he basically saved him. Normally, cops will just let you do it because they're ready to take action. If
is there normally stuff thrown? Is that a normal thing for people to throw objects at the referees as they're walking in, or is this just gonna be like a
well,
one time thing?
I mean, we've never had 18 penalties for 193 yards in school history, so
That's true.
I don't
That's
know
true.
if, but yeah, it was the first time the police have ever shown up in our section to line the section to stop stuff from being thrown.
Hmm.
I mean, it's not abnormal in Tennessee or some
Hmm.
other place, Texas, to throw stuff, but
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen a
That's
lot of
true.
things
That's
thrown
true.
at Arkansas. I've been to a few games where stuff has been thrown, but it's like during the game, like in the end zone and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, wild
Yeah.
times.
I mean, yeah, that's something. Obviously, we don't condone throwing objects at anything on the playing surface, no matter how bad the officials are, no matter how
Yeah.
bad we want to throw stuff at them.
Well, again,
It's
as a
sometimes
fan,
we
we're
gotta.
we're 2-7, bro. Like know that like
Yeah,
if we're fighting
yeah.
for
It's not like they stole a college football
exactly like
playoff berth from us
come
or
on, I mean, I
something.
guess they might have stolen Bobby having an opportunity to coach next year here, but we're not playing
Mhm,
for anything
mhm.
extraordinary by any stretch.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so anyways, we got a bye week. There, like I said, that was while you were gone. There's no press conference to react
Mm-mm.
to today. I was kind of forgot there was none. I went to look for it and I forgot that it was a bye week and he didn't do his
Mm-mm.
Monday presser, but it should be a big week on the coaching front. I don't I should say a big week. 2 weeks of
Yep.
chatter, I guess, with no game, um, coaching rumors and hot boards. I got a text message from um, my buddy that follows the Hog Sports
Mhm.
message board or whatever, has a subscription, and Trey Biddy was shout out Trey Biddy. He had some
Did
pretty
he
good
shout out the
intel, I
pod?
feel like, from Hunter Year. No, he didn't shout out the pod
Yep.
yet. He needs to shout out the pod, Trey. I'm just shouting out Trey Biddy because I'm about to
Okay.
steal his content. Um, but apparently he had some information from Hunter Yurichek's meeting. He had a meeting Saturday morning with some big money boosters and maybe some board of trustee members. And apparently Hunter Yurichek still has a job. That's the first takeaway. Um, but he revealed that supposedly there are two Big Ten coaches who are very interested in our
Barry
job,
Odom and
head
who else?
coaches. There are two AC. Yeah, Barry Odom's probably PJ Fleck, I guess. I don't know. Um,
Yeah.
0 for 2 on that. Yeah. There are two ACC head coaches who are very interested in our position. No idea who that could be. Not even a slightest guess. And then supposedly we are pursuing or in contact with the 5 or 6 big mid-major names that, group of 5 coaches that we
Mhm.
all talk about every time. So that's encouraging that we are in conversations or have reached out to the Alex Golishes and the John Sumralls and the Eric Morrises of the world. So, um, didn't see anything in there about Franklin or Gruden. Doesn't mean they're not in the mix, but and then supposedly they're trying to get our money up another 20 or $30 million for not for 1 year, but for a
Mhm.
short term, 2 or 3 years. I feel like that's how much more we need to go get who we want. So we'll see. There's also a small nugget in there about there's some concern about Dave Van Horn not being happy because if we're bringing in all this money and football and basketball and just leaving baseball kind of behind. Supposedly he's not happy with it. So hope don't need to lose
Nice.
DVH. But anyways, anything catches your eye from that was all posted material that Trey Biddy
Okay.
posted himself in the Hog Sports pay for
Okay. I
premium
was
site.
I was, like, refreshing Twitter yesterday trying to find out when Hunter Yurachek was gonna not be here anymore, but, uh well, because
Yeah.
I thought, you know, you might have been onto something with the what was the dark web, dis uh, Discord. Okay.
Discord.
I thought you might have been onto
Yeah.
something because normally he always comes out for some kind of, like, on-field presentation, whether it's with one of the athletic programs or, like, a game ball to somebody. He was not on the
Yeah.
field Saturday. So,
Interesting.
I was telling the guys I was at the game with, shout out Zach and Matt, that um I was like, that might be a little telling that he's not. I mean, he was not on, and normally I'll see him down there in the corner with like Tusk and stuff. Never saw him. Not to say he wasn't there. I'm sure he was there
Mhm.
somewhere, but he did not make an appearance on the field for any of the on-field presentations. Wasn't down there in the corner with Tusk at all. Normally he's like shaking hands and doing all that. He wasn't down there,
Yeah.
so I was like, maybe. So that's why yesterday I was like, refresh, 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 like trying to find anything and never saw it. So
Yeah.
yeah,
You haven't seen the video clip of him
no,
Saturday on the field? Oh, he went and found the white hat at the end of the game and started
oh,
ripping his butt as the white
okay.
hat was walking
Well, I
off the
missed that.
field.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah, there's a video of him. He went as soon as that clock hit 0, he met that white hat. Walking right towards
huh?
you. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure he peeled off before he got to the tunnel, but he went and he was
Okay.
ripping him a new one on the
Well, yeah, he
field.
didn't do
So,
any of the on-field
um,
presentation stuff, and then yeah,
that's
normally he hangs out
interesting.
in that Tusk corner, but then when he leaves the field, he goes out where the players go into the locker room and stuff. But
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah.
missed that.
Did you see the Alex Golish interview with Bobby Bones?
I did not. I need to check this out.
Do you know who Bobby Bones is? You
I'm
know who
very
Bobby Bones
familiar with,
is?
the only successful person to ever come out of Mountain Pine,
Okay.
Arkansas. So,
I like, if I ever get to see him in person,
yeah.
that's the first thing I'm gonna tell him. Um, yeah, Bobby Bones, big radio personality out of Nashville, has like the most popular morning radio. I don't know what you call it. It's not a talk show
Mhm.
because they play
Yeah.
music too, I think. Maybe they just talk. I don't know. But anyways, big country music guy and has a nationwide radio show. And anyways, he started a podcast. I forgot what it's called, but he's got a sports podcast, and that's where he interviewed PJ Fleck. Well, he interviewed Alex
Okay.
Golesh the other day on his podcast, and he's really good at playing it off. He's like, "So, coach, where's your
Mhm.
wife from?" And Golesh would be like, "Yeah, great. Oh, Arkansas. I heard it's beautiful this time of year. Have you ever been?
Uh-huh.
Have you ever thought about going?" And so, anyways, and Golesh was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I've never been to Fayetteville in the fall." And he's like, "Well, I think you should come check it out permanently." And anyways, the Golesh was like, "Well, I don't know." He's like, "I got a beach about 30 minutes this way and another beach from me about an hour this way."
Yeah.
He's like, "It's pretty nice down here." And so, anyways, he didn't really give any information, or obviously he was
Yep.
playing the right cards, saying the right things. But I don't know, if I was reading body language, he definitely knows there's an opening, and he definitely, uh, just
Mhm.
reading body language, has either he's been contacted about it, or he's
Mhm.
obviously talked to his wife about it. He didn't just completely like be a butthole about it and be like, "I'm focused on our team this weekend." Like he
Yeah.
kind of played the game a little bit with Bobby. So
Okay.
I
Alright,
don't know.
that's
We'll
hey,
see.
that's still my guy. Keep it alive. Keep it alive. I mean, we're only down to, like, the 7th best job opening now, so, um, with Auburn coming open
Yeah.
now, so I probably in my opinion, I have a s
Well, can we just
oh,
say we
yeah.
called it whenever all this happened, and everybody's like, Rhett Lashley,
Mhm.
Rhett Lashley, Rhett Lashley.
Yep.
We always said
Yep.
it's never the first guy.
1000%.
And sure enough, Rhett got
Mhm.
his extension this weekend. And so Rhett
Mhm.
Lashley's off the table. Obviously, Kurt
Yep.
Cignetti's off the table. Um, so everybody you go think's gonna be in it first,
That's right.
it's never that guy. Anyways, we'll see how many more people play us for a raise like Gus did that year.
Yes. For sure.
But yeah, Auburn open. So that's news since our last pod. Hugh Freeze got the can. Auburn just seems like a John Summerall hire. I mean, that just seems,
Yep.
I don't know. I just feel like that's gonna fit. And here's the deal: if Florida's not hiring a group of five guy again,
Nope.
they've said that almost publicly because of the Billy Napier thing. Like they're gonna hire a proven guy, not their group of five. And then lost
Wait, I might
Andrew
be back.
again.
I'm back. I'm back.
And then oh, no, yeah, you're back. You're back. I was saying Florida's not
Correct.
gonna hire a group of five guy, and because they hired it with Billy
Mhm.
Napier, they're not taking that chance. I don't think LSU will hire a group of five guy unless it's John
Yep.
Summerall because he's right next door to Tulane. I
Yep.
think that'd be the only guy they'd hire. And so as long as they're not poaching, other mid major or mid tier SEC got jobs like us, I mean, I think we have a chance at the Golish or the Morris, or I don't know who else is on the hot name list right now, but I think we got a chance at some of these guys. So as long as Ole Miss and Missouri don't come open, or which Missouri, Eli Drinkwitz to Missouri is getting a lot of steam. Um, Obviously, the Lane Kiffin is going to be in a bidding war with LSU and Florida. Something else in Trey Biddy's message was that he's looking at a couple NFL jobs. So if Lane goes to the NFL, then that still opens up Ole Miss, and so I don't know. We'll see. It's all guessing and rumors right now. Moving on to Hog Hoops. Hogs got their first real game of the season tonight. They beat the Southern Jaguars 109-77. They just keep on trucking the Hogs, man. They were at like 84 points with like 7 or 8 minutes to go, I feel like, in the game, and could easily got to 120, 130. They kind of pulled off the gas a little bit, but Malik Thomas doing his thing again. He's slowly becoming a crowd favorite. 21 points for Malik, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. I mean, he's just doing it all. He's not just a shooter. He plays defense. He brings energy. He passes the ball. Like I said, he's going to take some tough shots. That's just his nature and his scoring mentality. But Malik Thomas looked great. Darius Acuff put up another 22 points for Acuff on very efficient 8 of 13 shooting, 3 3-pointers. It's good to see Darius hit them 3 threes. I don't want to say that's a hole in his game. It's definitely not a hole in his game, but it's that's kind of the piece of his game you want to make sure is at a very high level because he is an elite rim attacker, an elite paint touch getter. So strong, so fast, and so it was nice to see Darius hit 3 threes tonight. Um, 4 assists for Darius. That's kind of the part of his game that we want to keep seeing, making sure he's not just scoring but facilitating, as you want your point guard to be able to do. And it was interesting because we had Boogie Flan made his debut with Florida tonight against Arizona, and there's been a lot of comps lately of Darius Acuff to Boogie Fland and who would you rather have and this and that and it's not even close to me. But there's still a big contingent out there of Boogie lovers and I don't know Boogie's total tonight. His point total was 14 and a half. They were playing Arizona and
Just call me
welcome back
just call
again,
me the
Andrew.
McRib. I'm here for a
They were
limited
they were
time.
playing but yeah, we
Please.
moving on to hog hoops now. But Arizona beats Florida tonight, and so let me see what Boogie did. I bet Boogie's under 14 and a half points, and Boogie ended up with 9. So that's a cash money in my pocket tonight. Um, and I'm not hating on Boogie. I don't want to hate on Boogie. He
Yeah.
was one of my favorite players last year, but I just don't think he's the second I started seeing stuff of Acuff in high school, I mean, I think we're a better team with Darius Acuff than we would be with Boogie Flan, and I think that's one reason Boogie kind of left is because Acuff was coming in, and it may have almost been a hey, we got a guy coming in, you need to go do something else. Deal. Um, let's see, Trevin Brazil 25. That's got to be
I think they
close to a
said on the
career high for
I think they said
Trevin.
on the broadcast it
He had
was
a
his
good
career high.
night. Okay, there you go. So, I didn't get to watch a ton of the game. My little one had
Nice.
his own basketball practice tonight, so I had it on and was keeping up. But Trevin with a double double, 11 boards, and Coach Cal said that if he should have a double double every game, he should be a walking double double. So he did his part tonight with a nice 25 and 11, and after that, it was a little bit quiet. Those 3 guys with 20, and then only the next guy in double figures was Isaiah Seeley, Andrew's boy out of Springdale. Put in a nice 12 points on 17 minutes. No Carter Knox tonight. That was a little bit kind of a late scratch, so I'll be curious to see. I'm sure Cal was asked about it in his presser. I haven't
Mhm.
seen why Carter was not playing tonight, but hopefully that's a short-lived exit from the team. Um, I'd say the really only disappointment was Billy. Billy Richmond tonight played 16 minutes and had 5 fouls in 16 minutes. So that's a
Yep.
foul every 3 minutes, Billy.
That's
And so, especially with Carter being out, he was going to be expected to play a lot of minutes
yep.
tonight, which he plays a lot anyway. But yeah, he's got to
It's
be
his,
able to stay on the court
it's as many
and
fouls
be
per
a little more
minute as, the
disciplined.
football team had, penalties per minute, so
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. Anyways, Southern, they're not
no,
supposed to be awful.
they're
Did
supposed
they
to be
go to
one
the
of the I think one of the top 3 teams in their league, so it's not like they're scrubs. They were
yeah.
taking it to the rim. Uh,
Yeah, did they get I think they went to the
I
tournament
mean,
last year.
we talked about it.
I think Southern did.
I mean, they've
I'm
been a
not
tournament team in the
positive on
past. We
that,
talked
but
about last pod that they
yeah.
flirted with being the first 16-1 upset one year.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so the Hogs take care of business. They cover the 27, so that's good. Good for me. I bet them to cover, and as long as I can bet, I don't know if I'll do it Saturday. They got Michigan State
Mhm.
at Michigan State Saturday, but I'm thinking we need to bet Hogs team totals over until the books catch up. If their team totals anywhere in the low 90s, which is a
Yeah.
high team total in college basketball, I think we just bet the over how many those scores a team, and because this team has a lot of firepower on offense. But moving on to Michigan State, who would have ever thought we'd see a day where the Hogs go up to East Lansing and play in that awesome atmosphere? Student sections, a whole lower bowl wrapped around the floor. Tom Izzo, one of the legends, and I know Michigan State's preseason ranked 22. I haven't kept up with their exhibition games or anything yet. I'll dig into that before Friday's pod, but it'll be a first. I mean, Memphis was a real test, but
Oh
Michigan
yeah.
State will be a
Yeah.
real test on East Lansing
Yeah.
on Saturday
Tom
night.
Izzo's coach teams are they're gonna be tough. They're gonna rebound well. Uh, it's gonna be hard to just drive the paint. So they'll they'll have bodies on you. It'll be a good game. I'm just like, why could we not get one of these games out on like out on the ships? You know, they used to play. I feel like Michigan State
Yeah.
like always played a couple of these games. They used to do them on the uh when they're like the Navy ships. And yeah,
Yeah. The
I was
USS,
like, dude, that would have
whatever.
been
Yeah.
awesome to go to if we could have gotten one of those.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. I was always back in the day, it made me so mad because when Musk got here, we started getting in some of
Hmm.
these things. We went to Maui and then we went to the Bahamas, Atlantis deal. But like before Musk got here, like it was so frustrating. I know we
Hmm.
went to Maui once, maybe with Mike, but think it was so frustrating that we were never in any of this cool
Right.
stuff, these Thanksgiving deals, or like, and now like we're just in
Hmm.
every single thing possible, like going to New York to Madison Square Garden, or playing at the playing
Hmm.
Houston in Brooklyn this year, playing Duke in Chicago, and going to Michigan State. I mean, it, like we talk about with
Yep.
football, just
Right.
relevance and getting eyes on our program. And so, yeah, dude, I'm super excited for Saturday, and super excited to. And there's going to be some losses. We're playing all 8 of last year's Elite Eight
Sure.
teams. Like, there's going to be some L's come with this team, and people just don't need to panic. Don't need to start trying to fire Cal like they did last year. Just everybody, just relax. We got four NBA guys on this
Yeah.
team. We're going to be just fine.
And
Just
yeah, I mean,
fine.
if you look
So
at Cal's teams historically, it's you're going to play your best ball February on. So, but I don't know. This team feels a little more special, a little more special.
feels
So,
different, doesn't it? It feels different. Hate to put that juju in the air, but I mean, it's just, and it is because of talent. But
mhm,
this team has a
yeah,
dog about them that I love. Just a different intensity, and like just ready to fist fight every play.
yeah,
Like, I mean, and I
yeah.
love that. Absolutely love that. I think that may be the difference. I think
Dude,
so. Um, Andrew is struggling tonight. Um, it's all good though. It's all good, Andrew. Well, only 1 or 2 more shows from the dungeon, brother. Going around the basketball's mecca here. Michigan State, there they are. They beat Colgate by 11 tonight, and that don't let that score fool you. Colgate is a traditional tournament team. They win that conference area every year. Were they in the Patriot maybe, or boy, some of my friends are gonna ride me about not knowing that. But the Hogs played Colgate first round of the NCAA tournament. Muss's second year here, I think, and Colgate's a very formidable opponent. So don't look at that score and be like, oh, they only beat Colgate by 11. No, Colgate, if they're anything like the Colgate they usually are, they're an NCAA tournament team and they're going to be there in the end. Um, Auburn squeaks by Bethune-Cookman, 95-90 in overtime. Auburn's an interesting one with Bruce Pearl retiring and turning it over to his son. They had a really bad loss to Oklahoma State in the exhibition game, who's supposed to finish last. And then they show up against Memphis, and they beat Memphis just as bad or worse than we did. And then tonight they beat Bethune-Cookman in overtime. So the jury's still out on the Auburn Tigers, and then the younger Pearl stepping in to take over Daddy's spot. And then the last game I want to talk about is Arizona beats Florida, the defending national champs, ranked number 3 right now. Arizona ranked number 13. They beat Florida in Vegas, I believe it was, 93-87. So Florida will be fine. They've got a lot back from last year, and like we talked about, they added Boogie Fland, and Florida will be a top 2 or 3 seed at worst when it's all said and done. But that is from around the college hoops world tonight. And backtracking a little bit to some college football scores from Saturday, some key takeaways. There was some good games Saturday. I can tell you right
Yeah.
now, I think Indiana's the best team in the country, Andrew. They just,
Okay.
I mean, they beat Maryland 55-10. I mean, beat them by 45. They were like a 20-point favorite or 18-point favorite. And they just go and
Yeah.
spank them at Maryland. Mike Locksley gets fired after the game. I know we're not really competing with Maryland for coaches, but interesting that another Big Ten opening.
He hadn't
Um,
been there long, right? I mean, that's
no,
I thought
four
he's only been
years,
there like
three or four
I thought it
years
was less
maybe.
than that. Yeah.
Um, Georgia hangs on against Florida. We talked about how we
Squeaks.
thought that'd be a closer
Yep.
game than what the spread was. The interim
Mhm.
coach boost, and so Georgia hangs on. Ole Miss takes care of South Carolina. It was a little bit closer than the score, but 30-14. Ole Miss gets by South Carolina. I told you about the Lane Kiffin Brent Venables beef, didn't I?
Yep.
Lane Kiffin tagged Brent Venables in a tweet today. I think Brent Venables won SEC Coach of the Week or something, and Lane tagged him and said, "Congrats." So Lane being Lane.
Yeah. He's so
Um,
good.
Texas squeaks by Vandy. Vandy was down like they outscored them 21-0 that fourth quarter. They were down by a lot.
Yeah, it was not
Diego
close
needed
until the
Diego needed
very end.
5 more minutes. Yeah, he
Yep.
maybe could have brought him back. Brett Lashley gets his extension and then shows up and beats Miami. That's 2 losses in a row for Miami. So I don't know. 2-loss ACC team. That 2-loss ACC team is not the same as a 2-loss SEC team. We'll just say that.
Correct. Yeah.
So, OU goes into Knoxville and knocks off Tennessee in a really good game, 33-27. Man, that Tennessee environment at night is just unbelievable.
It's so
One for the
cool.
ages.
I
Hunter
know.
Yurchak needs to go take notes on how to do a night game like Tennessee does.
Send me. I'll do stadium tours.
There you go.
Bring it
And
back.
then the last one, USC goes to Lincoln, Nebraska, and beats Nebraska 21-17. Kind of a low-scoring game. Matt Rule signs an extension with Nebraska, so that takes him out of the Penn State
Yeah.
running, and so that's some big news there. And I don't know. Feels like there's more and more coaches just being happy with where they're at. They're being promised, I guess, NIL packages and like somebody said, why would you want to leave Missouri or Ole Miss, like Drink or Lane, whenever you're king of the world and you could go
Mhm.
6-6 next year and nobody will care. But if you go
Right.
to LSU, if you don't win a natty in 3 or 4 years, you're fired.
Right.
And
Yeah.
so, it just kind of depends on, I guess, what each coach is looking for, and I don't know what their motivations are.
Yeah. It just all this adds to the domino effect of what's gonna happen because, I had Rule going to Penn State. I had Lashley ditching us for Auburn when that one came open, but both those guys signed an extension. Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be wild, obviously. So,
Yeah.
one of these big schools is gonna go after James Franklin, I bet.
Oh yeah.
Uh, you know, I think LSU is gonna still swing for the fences. Penn State will obviously not hire James Franklin. But I think Florida's very interested in him. Uh, I think I may have said it right when James Franklin got fired that I could see him at Auburn. I think that was one of the schools I said I could see him at. For some reason, that feels like a fit. Although I do agree with you on Summerall too. If he doesn't go to LSU, I think he might go to Auburn. So yeah, just and what's crazy is we've had so long to talk about it. There's still another 2 weeks before we
Yeah.
really start hearing rumblings and stuff. So,
I just want to know like what's the first domino to fall. I just want to see
hmm
the first one. I want to see the first
yep,
domino fall. And so, um, unfortunately, like you said, we still have several weeks before that starts happening. Good
hmm
slate this week. You got Tulane and Memphis. Possible, you know, American Conference championship on the line. Um, you got BYU and Texas Tech, number 8, number 9 teams in the country at Texas Tech. That'll
I
be
think
a
game
fun
days
one.
in Lubbock this week.
Okay. Texas A&M and Missouri. I don't know. I guess Missouri's having all kinds of quarterback issues. I know Pribula got hurt,
hmm
but then someone said their second string got hurt. Um,
Yeah, I think I heard
and
that too.
so chance to be a good game, but if see if A&M can go on the road and keep it going to 9-0.
Yep.
Auburn and Vandy. I'm telling you, the interim coach bump. Watch out for
hmm
Auburn at Vandy. And if Vandy loses that game, that gives them 3 losses and probably for sure kicks them out of the playoff
Yep.
race. So potentially big game there. LSU at Alabama, interim bump also, but I have a
It
harder
doesn't. It
time
doesn't feel the
seeing.
same there. It doesn't
No,
feel the
it,
same there.
it does not even a little bit. So, anyways, pretty good week of college football in our bye week, though. I'm excited to watch some football this weekend
Yeah.
and some basketball.
Yeah.
Did you well, you don't even have a house. I was going to ask what you're doing about YouTube TV and your if that impacted you at all or
Yeah. Yeah. But while our house is on the market, we've been staying elsewhere. But where we're at here, they have Hulu TV. So I was able to watch game day and games before I left to go to the stadium. But yeah, I don't know this week what we'll do. We're gonna move back to the house tomorrow, so I need them to figure that out
yeah.
because yeah. Normally I wait these things out, but normally you're only out like
I
1
did.
week if it
Yeah.
happens. So
I waited
they
it
need
out
to,
till 10:59 Saturday morning.
yeah.
And then once they didn't have it set by 11 o'clock kickoffs, I said, all right. And so I am currently right now with the Fubo, I think is what it is,
Mhm.
TV. I'm on their free trial for 7 days.
Okay.
Um, so we're living with that. And after this, we may do the Sling free trial for a little bit. Then after that, I'll see what other free trial I can get.
Yeah.
And hopefully they YouTube gets it figured out. But
Yeah.
here's the deal, man. I'm the type of guy that I want to send a message to these people.
I
And
know,
so
dude.
so I cancel my YouTube TV.
Okay.
I'm not just gonna add a free trial and let that I want them to know that I'm pissed off about it. And
Yeah.
so I canceled it and then I'll re-sign back up whenever they get it fixed. But I mean they're not gonna get the message unless you hit cancel on that
Right.
subscription. And even
Right.
even like I still have the YouTube TV because my subscription's through like November 10th or something. So like I have like another 7 or 8
Okay.
days of actually watching it. But
Mhm.
the message went to them that this person's canceled their subscription. So
Yeah.
uh, I want them to know that this is BS. And I guess ESPN's kind of got them by the balls because I mean YouTube's the one struggling. They're the one losing all the subscribers from this.
Mhm.
And now that ESPN has their own platform, that ESPN Unlimited deal, it's like
I
30
know,
bucks a month.
that's why to me it felt like kind of a collaborative thing, like, to where ESPN isn't not guilty too. I mean, like, I feel like they are messing up the negotiations too to try to get people to cancel over there to
Oh,
sign
no,
up
for sure.
for the new ESPN thing. So,
Yeah, for sure. There's a little bit of that for
ESPN
sure.
is ESPN is ruining the sports world one day at a time. Just
Yeah. Everything they take over or touch, it usually gets worse. We've talked about that.
yeah.
Um,
I
but
wish I
anyways, yeah.
wish I wish you could start like a like when gas prices were really like getting crazy, it was like boycott getting gas for just like one day and they'll
Yeah.
like drop it. I was like, I wish you could just do like
Yeah.
1 week where unanimously you get like all the college football fans to just cancel every subscription and like just go to like B Dubs or a sports bar or something and watch the game. Just to like send a I mean, just like a
Yeah.
crazy stupid message that we're sick of
Yeah.
the just the cash grab that all these companies are trying to do. Like just
That's all it is.
how great was it when you could just turn on basic cable and watch,
Not have to worry
you
about it.
know, whatever games were on. I mean, like, gosh, it's
You
so
still could. You can
stupid.
still get basic cable, I think, if that's the route you wanna go.
Well, yeah, but I mean, but you
Uh,
still can't do like you still have to have 3 other subscriptions if you wanna watch all the NFL games or
yeah.
all the yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's just
Yeah. It's
so
impossible.
stupid, like, I hate it.
Speaking of things getting canceled,
So,
those of you oh, no. You there?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, I lost. Okay. Speaking of things getting canceled,
Mhm.
what's going on at Chili's?
Did somebody so I don't know the full story, but did
Oh,
somebody tell me they got rid of the skillet queso? Is that
yes!
where you're headed?
Yes! Got rid of the
I didn't know if that was
skillet
true or not.
queso. Was that not a popular item? You were a Chili's manager forever. Was that not, like, one of the most popular items there, or is that just me?
No, it was. And I think it was like right after I left, they they got rid of the original chicken crispers, which was a big deal too. But yeah, the skillet queso is that's a big blow. That's
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
no,
that's like
they're Cracker Barreling it. It's coming back.
what it oh, they are? Okay.
Oh,
All right,
yeah,
well good.
they took too much heat. They took too much heat, and,
Oh,
like,
okay. Well, good.
the couple days it was c canned, apparently they got reamed, and so they posted something about they're bringing it back, or they're working on bringing
Okay.
it back, and
Okay.
so I
I
just
mean,
don't get it, like,
it's
why do these
a
people gotta make things complicated?
I don't know, yeah. I mean, I don't know why you mess with stuff that works. In my opinion, it's honestly not that great. I know it's a staple
It's
at
a
Chili's,
staple, though. It's a
but,
staple,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
there's better cheese dips out there, but no, I get it. I get it. Yeah, I
You've
was more of
delivered a
a
couple skillet quesos to a table in your day.
oh, dude,
For
Chili's
those of you
lost a
that
lot of
don't
money.
know. For those of you that
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know.
Chili's lost a lot of money on skillet case because I used to give those things out for free to a lot of my friends and stuff. But I was like, y'all want some queso? I got you.
Yeah.
Um,
This is the same
but
guy that had Southwestern egg rolls from Chili's at his wedding.
did I?
Yes.
Okay. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. So, oh no, they hooked that up. They hooked that
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Um, no, yeah. I spent a good a little portion of my life in the with Brinker International and Chili's. So good times, good
Yep.
times.
Yep. Last thing I want to touch on, then we'll bounce out of here is please tell me, I know you're not into it. Please tell me you watched some of this game 6 or 7 of this World Series this
I
weekend.
did. Okay, I did. I got in.
Dude,
I got
dude.
home on Saturday and watched the World Series. And I was gonna mention that Arkansas Michigan State got a shout out on Game 7 of the World
They
Series. The
did. They
it was
did.
like a basketball preview. So I was like, that's
Yeah.
big time. So yeah, no, I saw, I watched. I got some baseball in. It's my first baseball in a couple years. So
No,
go
well,
Dodgers.
game 6 was electric itself because
Mhm,
Toronto had 2nd and 3rd with no out in the ninth to win the World Series,
mhm.
and I don't remember who the Dodgers brought in to pitch, but they got an out, and then dude hits like a line
Was
drive
it
to left
Yamamoto?
field, no, Yamamoto's he started game 6, but, he finished game
Okay,
7.
okay.
But at the end of
I
game
just wanted to
6, they
say
hit a
his
line
name.
drive, and they got doubled off. The Dodgers doubled off the guy at second on the line drive that caught it, and so it was like bada bing, bada boom. They went from Toronto having all the momentum to the Dodgers closing out game 6, and then game 7 happens, and man, just all the right moves played by Dave Roberts with the substitutions and the not substitutions and the 9-hole hitting the home run in the ninth inning and
Mhm,
putting in the 6'3" center fielder, and he yanks that ball at the warning track, in the 10th inning whenever the Blue Jays thought they were gonna win it or whenever that was, and it was
mhm.
just electric, dude, and with
Yeah.
no dog in the fight, I'm telling you. Baseball is the most tense, nerve-wracking sport. I guess just because you hold the baseball for 25 seconds in between every pitch, and you just have that much
Mhm.
time to let it build up, and
Right.
you just live on literally every single pitch, and so, unbelievable World Series. The best I remember ever watching in terms of just drama, um, and so,
I mean,
yeah.
there was a Cardinals Rangers World Series that was pretty good,
Shut up, shut
but,
up.
I mean, David Freese down to the last strike,
Never
down to the
heard of
last
him.
strike.
Never heard of him.
Oh, you've heard,
Um,
you've heard. That jersey, that ripped jersey is in, I almost said Canton, it's in,
it is Canton. No,
Cooperstown, Cooperstown.
Cooperstown. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was a good one. It was an alright one. It was mid. So,
Hmm.
uh, anyways, yeah, baseball's over. So next year will be the Rangers' year again, and we will
Well,
spring training will start in like 2 weeks. It seems like like it's so crazy. Like
it's like
baseball
right
has
after
no time
Christmas, yeah.
off. So yeah.
Right, yeah.
Um, But anyways, that is around the sports world. Anything else you need to want to add to that?
Apparently, I'm just happy to be here after getting kicked off like 3 times on this podcast, so, forgive the technical difficulties, but, next week, we'll be back on the home field, so
Yep. Yep. Anyways, we appreciate everybody tuning in. Bye week for the Hogs, so we're gonna figure out something Friday to do that may be a little bit different, and talk some Hog hoops. Obviously, Friday as they stroll into East Lansing Saturday, and that is
yeah.
that is about wraps it up. So anyways, everybody, thanks for the follow. Thanks for the like. Keep subscribing. Keep telling friends. Andrew, take us home, brother.
Alright. Stay classy, never yield, and, make sure you have a good internet plan.
Yeah. Whoop pig.